The content you're about to hear is a part of a paid programming segment. The views, opinions, and statements expressed belong solely to the sponsor and do not reflect those of Podcastic or its host. This segment is for informational and promotional purposes only and should not be considered as advice or endorsement. Listener discretion is advised.
Well then, okay. Hello there. Welcome to Creative Emotions. I am your host, Vaquita Q and Kennedy now. I gotta change that. Listen, when you come to this platform, what you can expect is motivation, encouragement, information, empowerment, inspiration, transparency, and these good vibes, okay? It ain't nothing you can do about that. Absolutely nothing. Make sure you share this with your family and your friends. I do want to let everybody know my book is still available. I Want My Own Husband, Mindset and Standards on Marriage. And this is not just a book for women, okay? On the back, the first one is say, this is not a man bashing book. Just so they'll know, okay? This is men that are tired and they want their own wife. This is women that are tired and they want their own husband. You know, they're tired of relationships that are inadequate, and you got to come to the mindset and the standards to say, you know what, I'm no longer going to accept this or that, and that's what this is about. Poetry and conversations, if you have never been, such a dope vibe. I will be returning maybe in August. You know, the summertime, people want to be outside. So don't do that. It's coming back. But in August, so we gonna shoot for that. I pray everyone is using their time wisely. Listen, time is literally on hyperspeed right now. You turn around like, wait a minute, it was just... Every time you turn around, it's going. So make sure you use your time wisely. Time is not waiting on anybody. Subscribe and support. Subscribe to my channel. Support, like, share with your family, your friends. It's always something good that will make you feel good about yourself. So make sure you do that. Use your platform wisely, and be sure to, whatever you do, you can sleep peacefully afterwards. Whatever content you make, whatever you do, whatever you say, make sure you can have a good sleep at night, because you're doing something that you can be proud of, because whatever you do is your legacy. So just be mindful of that. Today we will be talking about betting on yourself and not waiting for the approval of others. And what that means is making a conscious choice to trust in your abilities, your decision, your potential, to pursue opportunities and or tackle challenges, even when the outcome is not guaranteed. Because when you take risk, it may work and it may not, but you take that risk and you bet on yourself. I have a special guest today on the show. This guy is trailblazing, looking for lanes, creating them. He is speaking and creating his reality right now. A man in touch and aware of himself. Give a big warm welcome to Mr. Eric Thompson Jr. I do that every time. He has come to Poetry and Conversations a few times. Well, a lot of times. He's a very great supporter. He was a feature for Poetry and Conversations as well. What's up, man?
What up?
How you feeling?
I feel great.
That smile, though, is everything. You feel great.
Yeah.
What you got going on?
Man, so much.
Did you ask for this?
Yeah, I did. I didn't know what I was asking for, though.
Oh, Lord, have mercy. So you hear that, right? Be careful what you're asking for.
Yeah.
And so when you think about betting on yourself, what comes to mind?
Honestly, I mean, it's like I said, it's a bet. Like you taking a risk, but I think the biggest gamble you can take is on yourself. Like
Absolutely.
I don't like to gamble, because I'm like, I ain't giving up my money for some probabilities
right.
that I really have not much control over. But with myself, I got control over that.
I know that's right. That's real. That is real. When was the moment, like, you knew you were betting on yourself no matter what? Like, I'm in the game, skin in the game. Nobody's going to get this if I don't go get it.
Man, I've had so many moments like that, but I'll say professionally, and when I really got serious is when I wrote my first book. When I decided that I was gonna do it, Yeah, it was like I was tired of working jobs and like just feeling like I'm just floating in life. I'm like, all right, let me just go after what I want to. I can always return back to a job if this doesn't work. Yeah.
For sure. So taking that gamble. So was it, for those people that are watching or, may be in a situation of, being afraid of just saying, you know what, let me just put myself out there. Have you always been a person that can stand up in front of people?
No.
So talk to that.
That's the wild part. Like, I didn't start doing poetry till I was 29.
Oh, wow.
That was, I'm 37 now, so that was 8 years ago. For the longest, I just sat on a lot of ideas because of the fear, though. And then even when I got the courage to actually try it, it's like, I was still scared, but I'm like the fear ain't gonna go nowhere, so let me just try it anyway.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you just did it. Like,
Yep.
I'm just gonna step on out here.
Might as well.
If you are, I know that's right. If you are just joining, we're talking about betting on yourself and what that looked like. I know just being able to command a room, go in a room, and know why you are there. That's a part of confidence. And so I would encourage people to build on that confidence. Don't allow your confidence to rely on someone else's validation. Also, betting on yourself.
Yeah.
Right? Somebody coming to say, man, you should do it, or you good. A lot of people wait on that validation. They wait on that to say, looking for somebody to say, man, you got it, or keep doing it. And you're not always going to get that. So tell me where that come from you. Like, from your mind, your spirit, where does that come from to say, man, go get it, no matter what nobody else say?
I don't know. I feel like when I listen to, I talked to my pops about how I was when I was younger, and he always said that, like, I always had, like, I'm going to go my own way type of attitude.
Okay.
And I feel like I have got caught up in times in my life where I listen to other people, and then I look up and I'm like, they don't got to live with these decisions.
That part.
And they wrong, because this is my life.
So they call those people troublemakers. You are not a troublemaker, right? You are just paving your own way.
Right. No, for sure. Yeah, that's always been me, though. It's like, all right, let me see what this is about. Even though, like, you might tell me, like, you don't want to do that, but I'm like, that's something that's on my mind and heart. I'm going to try, and then if it don't work, then it's like, all right, we're going to go another way.
Yeah. So a lot of people, I know people that don't have that, that mindset. And so how can you encourage people to kind of step out of that comfort zone with that?
I would say, for me, it was always like, I just got to go with what I want to do. If it's something that scares me or whatever, but it's like, I don't care about the fear, and I don't like being afraid of stuff. It's like, especially like this ain't gonna kill me. Like,
I'll be okay.
Yeah,
I'll be able to work.
I think a lot of times we be so caught up in what we think other people thinking about us, and it's like, a lot of times people not even paying you no attention.
They don't even care. I wrote something. I wrote something the other day about people that think they just got so many haters out here. It's so irritating. Like, man, go ahead on and live your life.
These people don't even know you.
Like, what is that? Your fuel to the fire?
Some people use that though. Yeah, if you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping and all that.
I'm about to kill them, or they ain't gonna see me now. Like, what? Like, you ain't gonna see you in a minute if you don't get it together. Yeah. So, that part of the show, we're talking about validation. If you're just joining, we're talking about betting on yourself and not waiting on anyone's validation, to make you feel comfortable with that. If you have something in your mind and it's in your spirit and you know that it's something it could have even been in your dreams, and you too scared to move forward with it. You just think about that. What are you doing? That's the only information for you. Like, nobody else got that information, especially if it's a download. And you do need to understand, every day we get downloads, and if we're not quiet enough to hear them, if we're not quiet enough to write those directions down or those strategies, we're missing out. Everybody say it's in God's hands. Well, how do you know? Like, how do you know what's your next move? What is your next move? What did he tell you to do next? If you're not quiet enough to hear that, you're missing God's plan. That's real cliche for people to say, just leave it in God's hands. It's God's way. And God is saying, man, I gave you the authority and the power and the dominion. So what are you doing with it? Yeah. What are you doing with the time? What are you doing with the power? What are you doing with your authority? And so we're talking about betting on yourself, and what does that look like? What I want everybody to be aware of, and you said it, the best investment you'll ever make is in yourself. When you think about, a lot of people say stocks and real estate and portfolios, and, we think about this tangible thing. We're thinking about monetary gain, but really, you are the biggest investment. You are the bet that you need to put on the table and start creating a plan for. And make sure you talk to God about it. Now, everybody don't believe in God, okay? But if you do, talk to God about it and use what you got. Betting on yourself, again, it will make you grow up, overcome your fears, and develop your true potential. And I think that could be what people are afraid of. Yeah, just like, man, my fears, like, what if they don't do it? I seen people put on Facebook, if I start this type of business, would y'all patronize me? I think that is the craziest thing. Do not put that in somebody else's hands. Listen, because you get these comments, people will crush your whole world. What if they say, man, you shouldn't do that? Oh, that's a waste of time or whatever. Or people say, hey, I'm about to start this show. Yeah. If I do it, would you watch it? Don't set yourself up like that, man. What's stopping you? What's keeping you from trusting your gut and trusting your reality? Like, that's a real thing. So do you take risks?
Yes. It's funny, something that you just said though, I think about when I first started writing, I did that on Facebook. I made a post like, if I wrote a book, would y'all read it?
Oh, you did that. So I'm talking about, look at God.
But it was like, and then I did that. I had a clothing line at one point, and I'm like, y'all want to buy these clothes? And people hit me up and they said, yeah, none of them did.
You know what?
But it made me start though. I'll be honest. It made me start, and like you learn that people just be running their mouth, but I could have quit after that, and it's like, no, I'm not about to stop. I done put it out there now. So I think a lot of times when I was doing that, it was almost to hold myself accountable.
Okay.
Like I'm about to get you, like once y'all see this, I can't run.
You
now.
can't.
Like now, or I can, and I'm gonna look bad.
Because they go. So then you go back to caring about what people think.
Yeah.
And so that's like it's like a circle of just foolishness. Yeah. But you came out of that mindset, right? Not people pleasing, not caring too much what people think. We're talking about betting on yourself and not worrying about the validation of other people because it can damage you. I see people, social media is a great tool, but it's also detrimental to people with mental health or people that have not grown up yet. Yeah. Right? You got people taking their lives. You got people that are jumping off bridges. You got people that are like really harming themselves based off of other people's opinions and what they think and what they say. And so we do got to be careful with that. But people take risk all the time. Gambling, playing the lottery, right. Dealing with certain people. You take a gamble. When we was talking about that in Norway.
Yeah, trust me.
You take a gamble, okay? When you are dealing with people and you bring them into your life, bring them into your space, and your time. But take calculated risk, plan out each move and go for it. And so I got this scripture, James 4:1-3. And what causes fights and quarrels among you? Don't they come from your desires that battle within you? That right there that's just, you could preach right there off of that. You desire but do not have, so you kill. You covet, but you cannot get what you want, so you quarrel and fight. You do not have because you do not ask God. When you ask, you do not receive because you ask with the wrong motives, that you may spend what you get on your pleasures. And I got that scripture specifically for you ask, you have not because you ask not. And we talking about betting on yourself, but that I couldn't even read just that part because that scripture right there, that's the NIV version, just for, your thoughts. That's the NIV version, but all of that goes back to us and how we communicate with each other, how we deal with each other, how we believe in ourselves or don't.
Yeah.
And so I see a lot of people kind of struggling, to believe in themselves. So, what empowered you to move forward? Because you have 4 books.
Yeah.
And we're going to get to that too, because I want you to explain it and where it came from. But what do you feel like empowered you to do that?
I don't know. Since I've been young, I always had this innate thing about me where I felt like something was different and I'm supposed to be doing something different. And I never knew what that was, but it always drove me to like not just fall for the typical stuff. Like I lived in the hood. I grew up around all the wild stuff that everybody else did. And I'm like, I didn't get caught up in that because I'm like, we better than this.
Yeah,
and that wasn't me being better than this. I said we because I felt like I'm looking at my people like, dog, why are we doing
like, what is we doing?
And I understood that
wisdom.
they were getting caught up in it, like, because it's right here. But for me, it was always something. I credit God for that because
that's good.
There was stuff that I couldn't even. I didn't make myself be like this.
Okay, so it was
just in me.
The prompting. You said innate. That means it was already there, and something woke you up. You know, but there are people to assist, and some people will give you the play-by-play. But everything is not for everyone, and this is what I'm learning. Even though you see all these people that are influencers now, everybody is an influencer. You can't take everybody's potion. You can't drink everybody's Kool-Aid. And so you got to be careful. Again, if you're just joining, we're talking about betting on yourself and not looking for validation from other people. No one will force feed you. Nobody is going to force you to bet on yourself. Like, come on, man. Come on, please. I used to do that, though. I ain't gonna lie. I used to do that to people because I was so excited. And I was just like, oh, my God. Like, I can see what people can't see in themselves. And so I'm like, you don't see this? Like, what are you doing? All you got to do is this and this and that. And it's like, no, you can't do that. One of the things we do have to realize with dealing with other people, even dealing with ourselves, is that one person may come and drop that little seed. Somebody else bring the water and water you. But God ultimately brings the increase. And that's when you had that one-on-one conversation and you getting that download or you getting that feeling, that innate feeling that's already there. And then I was starting to boil, starting to bubble. Like, and you can't contain it. And so, that's a real thing. Another reason to bet on yourself is you are empowered to take ownership of your future. So taking hold of that, like, what are you waiting on? Were you waiting on anybody?
At points in my life, I think we all do that. On? I was waiting on my dad to get his stuff together. This girl I'm dealing with. I wish my sister knew me better, all that. But it turned into like, I feel like a lot of times we be wanting to point the finger at other people, and it's like, you gotta look at you at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, you left with what comes of the result. So it was a lot of times where I felt like, oh, they ain't doing this, so I can't do that.
Wow.
I had that mentality in my life, but not no more.
Period. No more. I like when you say it, you always chuckle like, like it's like a little evil laugh, like. Like, you got the secrets now.
I figured it out. Not for real, but I got something.
I know that's right. We got to stop blaming people. And again, looking for validation and moving only if somebody take the step with you. And that's why I'm not against, starting different things with people. When they say, come on, let's start this poetry night. You want to do it with two people. Everybody got their own way of doing things. You just got to make sure you guys have the right mind, the right plan, and you don't deviate away from it. I've seen people lose friendships, and and when it has something to do with money, it just breaks everything up. And so when it comes to betting on yourself, if you have like-minded people, which is nothing wrong with that, go ahead and vibe with them. But just make sure you do your due diligence and make sure they're good. Do what you got to do. But we're talking about betting on yourself. I want to give a shout out to Podcastic, YouTube, Facebook. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you share this video. We're talking about betting on yourself. Have you had a moment, if you can be transparent and say, again, you waited on somebody to affirm or confirm the moves you made? And talk about that.
I always trace it back to like getting my validation. I be wanting validation from like my parent, my dad. My mom passed, but like my dad, maybe my aunties, the adults in my life. For a long time, I wanted their approval, maybe, and I don't even know if they knew that. But it's like when those things didn't come, it's like, what you gonna do? Just not do something with your life? And I would get the opposite end of it because they'd be like, what are you doing? So I'm like,
so they ask you like, what's up? But you sitting there like, I wanna.
Right. And then by the time they started telling me they was proud of me and stuff, I'm like, I don't even need it no more.
Wow.
It's crazy, and I don't even think they know that. But it was like,
wow,
it's dope to hear. But it's like I've moved past the point where I felt like I really needed that to make my moves. It showed me my own power and strength, though.
That's good. That's so good. Tell me, I can say, I was with a church and I was told no on some things, and I was waiting for them to confirm, what God had already told me. And I didn't know then, like, Holy Spirit is enough, right?
Yeah.
And so I was waiting. I was waiting for that validation or that okay to say, you know what, yeah, that's a good idea. You should do it.
Yeah.
And it messed me up. It messed me up a little bit. I'm grateful for. I wouldn't go back and change anything in my life. I absolutely love my life. Everything that I am is because I went through whatever. But there was a time where, you know, it stifled me. Like, I used to do lives all the time on Facebook, and I would give encouraging words, and it was called car therapy. Okay. And I would go in there and I would write poems about anything and everything, and I'll be in there just going. And then as soon as I got that not right now, all of it just shifted. Like, I felt like if I do it, they gonna be mad, or they gonna judge me, or they might say something, or, you know, they might preach about me, or all that kind of stuff. And so that's a transparent moment, you know, where I can say I allowed somebody to do that because I was waiting for that confirmation, that affirmation from them. Yeah. And so, you know, this encouragement for anybody, if you're waiting for somebody to tell you, go ahead and do it. You can do it. Listen, I'm telling you right now, you can do it.
Literally.
So look, start now, okay? Don't wait, because we don't know about tomorrow. This is all we got right now. This it.
For real.
This it. I don't even think about it. Tell me about a time where you can say that you embraced failure.
Embracing failure. Oh, I mean, even coming out with my book in the beginning, I don't think it was a failure, but not getting the reception I thought I would get from, like, my family and stuff. And
okay.
I'm like, dang, like, they don't mess with me. Like,
oh, yeah.
It that's one thing that comes to mind.
Yeah. No, that's a real thing.
Something new that came to mind. Last year, I did a poetry slam. Okay. And I don't like slamming because of the critique of your stuff and all of that. And I geeked up the courage to do it, and I'm halfway through my poem and just forgot.
Oh yeah,
on stage, I felt naked in front of a crowd full of people.
Of us.
But embracing that, I'll say in that moment, even like in the moment, I knew what it was. I'm like, this is for me to not be so afraid of this. Wow. And since then, my life been up. But
that's good.
Like, in the moment, I knew like what it was for. Like, it was gonna work in my favor.
Oh, that's real good. That's real good. Yeah, I think that happened to me before. I went and did some poems. One of my favorite poems, too. I was out in Texas. I went to Houston to a poetry night, and they called me upstage. It was just like people I know, you know, it was just like a real good vibe. Yeah. And I got up there, and I was going, emotions, and I was this and that, and then it left me. Yeah. And I could not reach. It was nowhere. Yeah. I was like... Then I tried to go back to the last little line, like, nope. It was gone. Yeah. But what happened to me with that is it created a fear in me to always have something. And so it did kind of, I would say, enable me. Yeah, for sure. That fear, it was like, but it take time. It take time to read your craft and go over it and remember it. And you know what I'm saying? Like, it take time. And if you don't really have that time, really, Miles, get put in the headlock. Yeah. But if you gotta have the time, right? And I tell everybody, if you got the time, do it. But I see a lot of people be so hard on themselves when they come to poetry night. And they be like, I'm sorry, I ain't remember this yet. And it's like, calm down.
Nobody even asked about that.
They don't know unless you tell them. Like, you could have said new stuff, you know? Yeah. But it's because it set a precedence. Yeah, you come off better. It gives you a different confidence, right? When you know your stuff. But baby, when you forget it can mess you up. So if you a poet, do your thing, right? Yeah. Remember your stuff, but don't be so hard on yourself. And after that, I just said, you know, I'm writing every day. I'm writing new stuff all the time, so I don't have to have that pressure on me. I don't care where I'm at. I'll read it. Yeah. I don't care. But let me know how your books was birthed. I want you to go over each one and just let me know how they were birthed. Tell the audience the name of those books.
Okay, so my first book is called Blame It on the Music.
Hold that up.
How was it birthed? I feel like this was like years of like my life. This is the first one. So the birth of it was working 9 to 5s, and I was just tired of slaving at jobs. I'm like, this is not the end for me. And I read this book called Caught Between a Dream and a Job. And it said, like, what would you do that you don't really care about getting paid for? Like, finding your passion and purpose.
Yep.
And I thought about it. I'm like, I've written since I was a child, but I never thought about writing as a profession until I read that book. And then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna write a book.
Like, I'm on it.
Yep. And since then, that's just been the mission. I thought about public speaking as well in that moment, but with the public speaking, I was always afraid of that. With the writing, I'm like, I can hide behind the book. I ain't got to be talking to nobody. Yeah. But I seen this dude talk about how much money he made public speaking, so I'm like, I'm doing that. And then I didn't know, like, in the moment, like, when I pair this together, like, even better. And I didn't even think about poetry at that time. But okay. Yeah. Okay. So that's how. And I'll say, so with Blaming on the Music, the gist of the book was it's 66 songs. I didn't have that in mind when I was writing it, but when I was a kid, my mom passed when I was 13, and I'm like, we didn't have grief counselors, we didn't go to therapy, we didn't do any of those things. So the music became the therapist for me. Like, all these songs, they talked about things that I went through. They told me how to express myself when I couldn't articulate the thoughts and the feelings. So yeah, that's what the gist of the book is. Okay. Yep.
And what's the next one?
The next one was Emotional Black Guy. Now, this is my poetry book.
Oh, hold it down.
Yeah. Boom. There we go. And
Searching for Sanity. What's that subtitle?
Yeah, Searching for Sanity. It's funny because that was the initial, the initial title I had in mind was, I was thinking of like how they do like, it was the Diary of a Wimpy Kid, and then I thought of Diary of a Mad Black Woman, and I was gonna put like Diary of the Emotional Black Guy, and this girl was like, "Don't put diary."
Not diary, not journal. Now,
and then
but
she's like,
diary.
"Just call it Emotional Black." I'm like, "Okay." And then Searching for Sanity was like, that was my mindset. Like, when I'm doing all of my stuff, I'm like, I've always been trying to make sense of all this stuff. So that's the subtitle. Yep. And it's just a collection of all my poetry over the years.
Okay. And what's the next one?
The next one, I did two. I did both of these, the affirmation books. I got one for girls, and then one for boys. Yep,
nice.
Yep. And those came from, after doing like book fairs and stuff, I always wanted to write something for kids, but I didn't know when, what, how. And going to book fairs and doing stuff, people were like, you don't have nothing for like younger kids?
Yeah.
That's what birthed those.
That's so
And
good.
another thing that I realized when I was writing them was like an affirmation or like a saying that my mom had spoke over me and my sister's lives. And it was like her kids being somebody. So I felt like that was the motivation behind the book.
Wow. Yeah. That's good. Yeah. And she said that to you guys?
No, she never said it to me. One of my cousins reminded me that she would say it to everybody else.
Period.
Like, my kids don't be somebody.
Speak life.
And when she reminded me, I'm like, okay, now this makes sense why I'm doing all that I'm doing. Like,
she done spoke it already.
Yeah.
She done spoke that. And so you said you haven't always thought about being an author?
No, that wasn't until I think I was like 24 or 25. And I was like, okay, maybe I could write. It just didn't cross my mind at all, which is wild to think.
And we got so many things that just hidden, right?
Yeah.
And it takes for a conversation or, for something you see on TV or something that it just sparked that back up. I think I've always seen myself in a large arena.
Yeah.
Even when I was 16, 17, I remember having this dream. I was in this large arena and I'm like, what am I doing? And I kept having dreams. I'm on a stage and people just handed me a mic. Really? And every time I turn around, somebody handed me a mic. And I'm just like, what am I going to... I said, I'm going to be a motivational speaker. So that's been my everything. But then it's different avenues to being a motivational speaker. And then you got to hone it in, right? Because I do a lot. So it's like hone it in, find one thing, go ahead on and rat it on out. And so that's where I'm into, just rebranding and bringing it in and making it make sense. Yeah. I love everything that I do though, because everything is about my people. Everything is about empowerment and encouragement. And I feel like that's what we're here for. And I feel like that's what those books would do as well.
For sure.
And so let people know how much they are and where they can get them.
So all of the books are available on Amazon. Blaming on the Music, I think, is $20. Emotional Black Guy, $20, and then the affirmation books are $10.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
I say they're all available on Amazon. Blame It on the Music is $15 or $20. It's $15. Emotional Black Guy is $25, and then the affirmation books are like between $10 and $13 on Amazon.
Okay, cool. That's what's up. Yeah. That's one thing I definitely gotta, put my stuff on Amazon. People been asking me, but I've been self-published, and so I just want to see how it, how
it's
it was
smarter.
at first.
I don't really make no money. I don't even like promoting it on Amazon because they take so much of a percentage that you don't really make no money unless you sell a whole bunch of books. I usually buy mine from them. Yeah,
farther. You know?
And people, it's validated more because people be like, "Oh, it's on Amazon." Then it's like, "Oh, now it's a real book." But I mean, it is what it is.
Any other time.
I usually buy mine though because they give you a good rate to buy your author copies. I just buy them and sell them myself. That's why I be out selling my stuff
okay, that's
myself.
what's up.
Yeah.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah.
Okay. Plug.
Yeah, for sure.
Check it off. What advice would you give somebody that is inspired to write?
I would say just get to it. A lot of time when people ask me like the process and all that, the writing is the hard part. Like once you got a story, just write it. Like figure the rest out as you go.
Yeah.
Because it took me a while to figure it out, and now I'm in a space where I'm helping people publish their stuff because I know the steps.
Yeah.
It's like, but yeah, writing, just get to it. Like
just do it.
Even if you don't, a lot of times people are like, I don't know what I want to talk about. Like if you got something that you want to write, just start writing, and you will figure that out as you go. I had a whole nother book idea when I first started writing. It wasn't that at all.
Yeah. And then it just,
everything
you just create it.
I have a title and then that junk changed 10 times before I get to the finished product.
I know I have about 4 books on my hard drive, but this one came sooner than the other ones, only because my mentor, Dr. Sabrina Black, it was during COVID, and she was like, oh, me and my husband, we're going to sit by the fireplace, and he's cooking me dinner. And I was like, I want my own husband.
Oh, yeah, that's
right? And it was just like that. Like, it wasn't a thought. And she said, Q, that sounds like a book title. And I was like, you know what? It do. And so we said every week, she was like, write a chapter every week. And so just having that accountability, it helps as well. You can get a copy of my book on www.thecreativeemotions.com. That's where you can get my book. Right now it's self-published, but I was definitely thinking about putting it on Amazon. If you're just joining, we are talking about betting on yourself and not looking for or needing the validation of other people. I know a lot of times it can be hard, and you looking for somebody to accept you. That's normal. It's human behavior. I'm not saying anything wrong with it. I am encouraging you to definitely take note of you needing that from people and not just, moving along with what you're trying to do, but you're not moving, you're stagnant unless you get it. Yeah. And so that's the difference. We got to definitely be careful with that. Sure. Just what is on your neck?
Oh, it's a sign that says believe in yourself.
Man, put that.
Where I'm going?
No, over, yo. There you go. Yeah. To the left, to the left.
I bought this from the dollar store. It wasn't even a chain. I seen they had a hole in it. I'm like, I'm gonna put a little.
You know what?
I made my own chain.
That's like. That's what's up. Yeah. Like I like shirts that speak and different things like that. So that's cool. That's what's up. So betting on yourself can be a lonely place, right? Everybody can't see what you see. They can't see your visions, your dreams. And so we definitely have to be careful with sharing everything right now. Just like, I think we were talking about that earlier. As soon as you put it out there, it's like, oh, let you say you ain't eat meat and you out. They're going to be like, oh, I thought you wasn't eating meat. Yeah. And so that can mess you up, okay? So be careful what you putting out there. Be careful.
It's funny you say that about the food part, because people are like, you vegan, right? And I'm like, I don't really label it anything because I don't eat animals right now. But it's like, don't hold me to nothing because I'm not. My cousin, she'll hit me up like, you ain't supposed to be eating that. And I'm like, bro, I can eat what I want. Yeah. Ain't nobody, I don't have no covenant with nobody to stop it. This is my personal journey.
That part.
If I want some chicken, I might eat some chicken. I just haven't had that in a while.
How you been feeling though? How you feel with it?
I feel great. I feel like I have more clarity. My body and it could be because of all different changes that I'm having accompanied with that, but I feel good.
That's what's up.
Lost a lot of weight, all that.
Yeah.
Not on purpose either. I'm like, dang. I'm down to the weight I was in high school. This is crazy.
I mean, how you feel about it though?
I feel good.
Like you feel good?
Yeah, I feel real good.
You don't feel like, oh, I gotta go eat some steaks?
Nah, nope.
Okay, good.
If I want that, I'll get it, but I haven't been craving none of that stuff. So it's like
that part.
Yeah.
And so I think we get caught up in the labeling of things. We get caught up in I'm the pescatarian, veganism. Like you always gotta have something that the labels, man. Just rip the labels down.
It's like you put yourself in the box box.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like doing that.
And just be intentional with what you want to do, what you're trying to do. If you know right now for health reasons it's better for you not to eat certain things, then just don't. Yeah. But once we go to the rooftop, baby, it's a wrap. They coming for you.
No, for sure.
Oh, I thought you said, I thought you did, but people can disagree with you. People can disagree with what it is that you have, your vision, and it can definitely harm you. It can, people can tell you, oh, it ain't the right time, or oh, you should wait, or that's a lot of money, and some people got a poverty mindset, and so you got to be careful with that. You can see something further, than somebody with a different mindset. So just be careful where you cast your pearls. Yeah. The Bible talks about don't cast your pearls among swine. Mm-hmm. So don't go talking about mindset shifting and changing where somebody is like, man, sure, I ain't doing nothing, chilling all the time. All the time? Yeah. Day after day? What's that song? Day after day? Listen, don't nobody got time for that. Every day, what's getting high? About to go smoke every day? You ain't gonna never give your brain cells a break? Yeah. We gotta think about this. Think about what different things are doing to our body. Everything is turn up. But think about your body. Think about your liver. I've seen a lot of people lose their life at our age, our peers, right? Because they liver disease. Or, they just got all these different ailments. So we're talking about betting on yourself. I need you to bet on yourself. Treat yourself good. We're here to live our own life, live our own journey, our own way, but you're not here alone. And once you understand that, you have a host of angels around you. You have a God, a Holy Spirit that is present, a present help. Okay? Present. Don't if you don't believe it, try it. Now that's what I tell you. Don't try drugs, try Jesus. Okay? Try it. Yeah. Try to work on something outside of yourself. It is so much noise around us. So much doing and going. Not a lot of people just being, just chilling. Now you talked about, we was out there, that you did something this weekend. If you can share with people that may not understand how important it is to bring it back down.
Oh, yeah. About relaxing. I have been feeling overwhelmed with like a lot just going on in life. Moving too fast, doing too much, or like just everything hit me at one time. And I was like, what can I do? I went in the backyard and I just put my feet in the grass.
Yes.
Let me go step in the grass. I did, and the week before that, it was funny. I just thought about it just now. I was like, I want to do something that I did as a kid. So I went and grabbed some sticks and started playing in the dirt.
Look, they got a video of black men frolicking.
Oh, yeah.
Frolicking.
Yeah, like, it's funny because the world, like, weaponized us even having fun. Like, and I just, it's you get caught up in, like, just hustling and bustling and, like, oh, what you supposed to do. And it's like, hey, man, I'm a human, too. So
that part.
Yeah.
So played in the dirt, you just made some mud pies and wrote your name.
I'm like, I haven't did this since I was a child, but it felt so good just to not be, because it kept me out of my head. I'm not thinking about nothing. I'm just out here just enjoying the moment.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was
they do weaponize it. Like, you need to grow up. Yeah. Maybe no, you don't. Right. No, you don't. Like, I feel like that's what keep people happy. Yeah. I feel great just allowing my younger side or a part of my younger mind to just be. Be creative. Just be.
That's the key to life to me.
I believe that.
And even in the Bible, I don't know the actual scripture, but it talks about being like childlike and all of that. Like, you gotta have that cheer because this world gonna take that away from you as soon as you.
They do.
Like, before you even ready.
They do.
So I feel like a lot of times too, like getting back to that is what the mission I've learned. That's what been the mission for me. Like, getting back to that. Not the naive part of being a child, but that innocence where it's like, I'm not worried about nothing. I sit up and watch how kids make friends. I'm like, they just walk up to people. We
like,
be all
hey,
in
you
our
want to play?
Yeah, like, what's your name? Or like, and I watch that and I marvel at that now because I'm like, we be so complicated when we think about stuff. And I just go look at a kid like, man, they don't care about none of that.
They don't care. They don't have no fear.
Like, oh, you don't want to talk to me? Oh, well, just move on. Like,
like, oh,
no rejection
now
in
we
them.
be sitting there, oh my God,
like, you hurt. Why they don't like me? And and all that. The kid like, whatever, I'll go play with them then.
Right. Then you got to go in the mirror, looking in your face, like, is something on me?
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, we overcomplicate things a lot. And so we're encouraging you, tap back into your younger side, go out there and play, run around, get on the swings. I always get on the swings. Yeah. I always, if I see flowers, I stop and I smell them, especially at funerals, unfortunately. I literally smell every flower at a funeral. I go up, before I even view the body, I will go and I will smell every flower they have up there, because that's the simplest thing, just to have control of your senses. What is you looking like that for? Crazy tail. Just to have your yes, I do. Yes, that's exactly what that's exactly what I do. I smell every last flower. That's the simplest thing. Touch, smell, being able to see. People are losing their sight. People are losing different things that we take for granted. And so just being when people say good to see you, good to be seen and not viewed. And I know people like, you sound old. Listen, that's a real thing. Yeah. Especially when we go in to view our peers. Yeah. So prioritizing your health and wellness, that work-life balance, not just turn up and breaking your body down is what I'm talking about. Making bold business moves. When you're talking about betting on yourself, these are some of the things that, we got to think about. Yeah. It's not just, I'm going to go start a business. No, take care of your body. Mm-hmm. Take care of your body. We out here leaning, stomach hurting, farting, pooping, can't poop. You know what I'm saying? Come on. Face, you got stuff on your face because your body is trying to expel different things. We got to take care of this vessel. This is the only way we are here on this earth, is with this vessel. So, betting on yourself, again, it's not just making business moves and, hustling and bustling. It is prioritizing your health and your wealth. It is, again, investing in your learning or business or personal development. I know I used to read a ton of books, and I was wondering, I was taking them books down every week. And I'm like, why? Not even knowing that I will be in the position I am in leadership, in my career that I will be in. At one point, I was just reading, just fill yourself up. Fill yourself up with leadership books and different things on how not to take things personal and how to be friends with people and how to, be influenced. Whatever it is that you're trying to do, feed yourself with those things. Right. We're talking about betting on yourself, and you still can make them bold business moves too.
No, for sure.
Because that's not, that ain't what I'm saying. You can't, but we just got to focus on, different things. Identify, some areas you want to work on. And so do you have something that you're working on currently that you want to share?
That I'm working on currently. As far as, I feel like just the personal development part, I've been in hustle mode for so long that I want to work on being more legitimate as a business. Okay. So that's something that's LLC, actually running, because I got LLCs, but I don't actually use them all the time. It's actually stop spending the money when you get it, go put it in the account. For starting to actually move this is something you want long term versus I need some food right now, or I need some gas. At least put a couple dollars up. Sure. Being more legit with the business is something that's on the front. And
then people feel good sending a check to your business.
Even stuff like that,
it feel good. Big shout out to everyone that's watching. Thank you guys so much for watching. I see you, Linda Fletcher, Shantia Stiegel, Marnice, Kennedy Like, Shamika, Linda Hunt. I see you guys watching. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you share this with your family and your friends. We're talking about betting on yourself. And if you are just joining, go back, and listen to it. When I was thinking about this title, he came to my mind, and it was so crazy because Miles know I'll be in here and out. Let me get out what I'm about to say. I'm out of here, but it was Eric.
Yeah, that's dope.
Really that because I seen you move. I seen the first time you came to my show. He was like, I don't even got a car. Yeah. I don't even got this. I'm just doing this. I'm just doing that. And then just to see the growth, and now you're hosting your own poetry night, and then you have your books and you're selling things and you making your way around. Yeah. And so at some point, you bet on yourself.
No, for sure.
And you watch them words.
Yeah. I feel like I've always been aware of what I'm saying. And when I was younger, this is the first time and I didn't understand it until I got grown, but like the power of words. I was
oh yeah,
watching Michigan State play Florida in the national championship game.
Mm-hmm.
I remember it vividly, like I can see it right now. But I'm sitting there on the couch, and I've said this to myself. I was watching it by myself. I'm like, I'm going to that school. Like literally, it wasn't no doubt, no thought, or nothing. And I didn't graduate from there, but I went. And I thought about that when I got older. I'm like, dang,
you should have said I'm graduating from that
I didn't have the insight to even know about, but I'm like, I was so firm with like, no, I'm going there.
That's what's up.
And I like, you realize like I've been having the power of my words. And that's with the good and the bad, because a lot of times
that part
we realize like, why is this happening to me? A lot of the stuff we be calling on ourselves.
That part, like, oh, I'm just like this. I'm this type of person. I always do this.
Don't nobody ever give me nothing. I used to say that all the time. Like, I never win, and I never won.
Wow, yeah.
And one time I won something, I'm like, oh, this dope. I can't say that no more. And then now I'll be like, I always win, and every time
always win.
I be winning. So
yes,
shifting perspective.
No, that's a real thing. You know, one of the things I say though, even if I don't even think it is working.
No, for sure.
Okay.
That's a mentality though.
That is a mentality. Mm-hmm. And one of the things I definitely used to say when I was younger, like I said BROKE.
Oh man.
Yeah, I used to say that all the time and wondering why I got holes in my pockets. Like, what just happened to my money?
Like, you just proclaimed that though. Like you broadcasted that.
That part. Or people say, you know, I'm depressed, or I am this, I'm sad, or I am.
You done put the power behind it.
Every time you say I am and something after it, that is a decree and a declare.
Yep.
And so it's not being in touch with your feelings, right? It's not, not saying that something may be off with you, because if you're taking medication, listen to your doctor, okay? That's a disclaimer. But everybody may not need that, okay? But you are professing and claiming certain things on your life, bringing it into your reality. I always attract these type of friends, and I don't have no friends, and nobody this and nobody that. And so we just got to be mindful of that. And so we have a call. What's up? Who am I speaking with?
I want to ask about the guy that be at Poetry and Conversations. I haven't seen him in a while.
What's going on?
It was only one time.
I kind of miss him at Poetry and Conversation. He's so good. He's always there. He keeps the party moving.
Oh, I appreciate that. That's dope. That made me feel good.
That's my boy, and he always get a great introduction too.
When is he coming back? When are you gonna have him as a feature again?
Ooh.
A feature again.
People don't be doing double features. That'd be dope though. It was years ago.
It'd be dope.
Yeah,
you know what? Dope. I said I might have a reunion show and just have all my best.
That'd be fire.
I had some dope people at Poetry and Conversation.
Yeah.
He's definitely one of them.
Good idea for the month of August. What you think? Maybe in July.
Yeah, I might have to put that together. Thank you so much for bringing that to the forefront.
Man, you said your words have power. You just said it.
I did.
So are you living by your words or not?
I am. And I am going to have a reunion. Before the end of the year, I'm going to have a reunion for all my features to come.
Month of August. What do you have planned up for August? Let us know about August.
Right
I am going to let you know about August.
Yeah.
Okay.
The end of this month.
Is he coming back or not? That's all I want to know. I want to see him again. It's pretty dope.
For the show, I'll be there. Yeah. I missed the last one. I think I had an event on that day, but if I don't have nothing going on, I'm always pulling up to conversations.
You know, he one of the faves. Thank you so much, sir, for calling in.
No problem. Just remember, reunion for in August. I'm saying it right now. My words have power.
Thank you so much for your powerful words. Have a good one. Oh, my goodness.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, so to my words have power. We got about 4 more minutes. Can you let people know how they can reach you?
The easiest way is all platforms is Eric Thompson Jr. Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Eric Thompson Jr. Yep.
That's what's up. Make sure you go and follow this guy, okay? If you want to see some inspiration, you want to see a black man just doing his thing, this is the guy. I'm so inspired by the way that he moves and the growth. It's amazing to see. I lift up my black man, okay? I absolutely love black men. You guys are awesome and amazing, okay? Just know that about yourself.
That's something I appreciate about you too. Is like since the first day I met you, you've done that. Like you said, I come to this show. I'm like, I ain't even got no car. I don't even know how we started talking about that, but I'll tell you about my situation. But it was always like encouraging, and then you will follow up with me when you see me again. Like, how you doing? And like it's like the progress that made me feel good. It's like almost like I get validated by being able to share that with you. So I appreciate you for
That's
that.
what's up. Thank you so much. All glory to God, honey. We all in it together, okay? I love you. And I love you.
I love you too.
But a few things. Do not allow these things to stop you from betting on yourself. Fear of failure, imposter syndrome. That's some people, they tie their worth to their achievements. And so we can't do that, right? Because we may do 1,000 things. It shouldn't be attached to your worth. That should just be something that you're trying because it has come to you and it's something that motivates you. So, a lot of people don't feel like they're good enough. And so that is the imposter syndrome. And then staying in a comfort zone. Come up out of there. Come up out of that comfort zone. Stop talking about what you don't do. Stop talking about, that's just not for me. Stop all the talking and just do. If you feel like doing it, do it. Don't worry about anybody else. Don't worry about no validation from anybody else. Bet on yourself. Again, identify one thing to work on. Set a goal, and then take note of that progress. Take note of that. Go back to your journals every day from February. I write in my journal every single day. I write when I wake up in the morning about my dreams, because you need to remember those dreams. There are different things in your dreams that you need to remember. And so I write down my dreams. I write down, what it is I'm thankful for in that moment. Then I'll write down something that stuck out to me from the day before. And so you can do that the morning or you can do it at night. But make sure you start betting on yourself. Write those goals down. Start taking some action toward them. And then go back and look at that progress. It will only be progress once you put your foot to the pedal, okay? Bet on yourself. Be strategic. Commune with God for direction. So often we are just doing our own thing. We doing our own thing. We leaving God out and then we coming back afterwards. Like, oh, God, thank you. Won't he do it? He ain't do it. You did it. But did you commune with him? Did you get that download every morning? Listen for the download every morning. I've been woke up out of my sleep for the last 2 days like, oh, okay. That's what it is. Because it's been noisy. And we got to be careful that we bring it back in when that noise is overwhelming. Bring it back in. Come back. Ask the questions. If you need help, say, I need help. Because God hear you. You don't need nobody else. You don't need to get on the phone, talk to nobody about your problems, and stay away from people that you feel like have the same problems, because that is trauma bonding, and it does not help your growth. It doesn't help the person that you're trying to be. It just solidifies the comfort zone that you're trying to stay in. So make sure you stay clear from people that's just heavy like that. If you don't have the tools to help them, stay away, because it doesn't help you. And the last thing I want to leave is, we don't inspire others by doing or being just like them. We inspire by betting on ourselves and doing better in our own mind, with our own thoughts, with our own goals. What you do, it won't make me go to the bathroom. And I hate to say it like that, but that's what it is, okay? That's just straight up. But what you do, I can be inspired by watching you. I'm inspired by him moving in his own truth, in his own way. Not nobody else's. There's no clones. It's only one of you. I thank you guys so much for joining. I pray that this has helped you. Again, if you're just joining, I'm talking about betting on yourself and not looking for validation from nobody, okay? Meet me here next week. It might be the men's edition, but meet me here anyway, okay? I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Peace.